Hey, sports cars fans, this is Ray from Philly here, and welcome to another episode of Sports Car Talk. This here is episode number 14 already. We've come to 14 episodes this year. And tonight we're going to do a tribute to a Hall of Fame celebration. And we're going to so baseball cards, football cards, basketball, you name it, some other executive people. And we're here basically just to do a tribute and an honor to these great Hall of Famers. But right first, I want to introduce my co-host. This is Mike, This Baseball Card Life. Mike, thanks for joining once again.
Yeah, it's great to be back. I can't believe 14 already, huh?
It's
gone
been a
fast.
pleasure, man. It's been a
Yeah.
great fun. 14 episodes this year. We're just flying by.
Yeah, this is great.
So, yeah, we're going to be talking about all of the people that have left this year, but it's not going to be a depressing thing. This is a celebration and a tribute to all these great athletes, executives, whoever. We're just going to tribute all these players and all these people and celebrate their lives. So, you know, it was a sad year this year, but we're not going to make this sad. This is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to celebrate their lives and just doing a really cool tribute. So let's get started, Mike. What do we have first on the board?
All right, first we're going to talk about one of the greatest running backs of all time, and that is Mr. Gale Sayers. He passed away this year in September at the age of 77 years old. And this slide here is from the Pro Football Reference site.
Mm-hmm.
So you can pause the video, of course, if you want, if we go too fast and you can't read everything we've got. And part of the celebration, we're going to look at cards. That's a sports cards talk show. So let's start. And Gale Sayers has some amazing cards.
Oh, these are beautiful.
His photos are awesome. So this 66, I believe, is his rookie, and 67 look like they have the same pose.
Same pose, yeah.
Yeah, but they're just gorgeous. So love these three cards from the 60s, and I believe I added a few more. Here's a pink card from Topps from 1969. Kind of reminds me of the 59 Topps Bob Gibson card that we'll get to a little bit later.
I really like that 70 Topps. You
Yeah.
were saying to me that's a beautiful set. That set in general is great, but the Kansas Comet, great cards.
Yeah, great ones. I think there's a 1970 sideways card, 72, excuse me. So there's that one. I believe I have one more here. Yep. So these are like oversized cards. So this is a 1968 Topps poster card. And then the 66 Philadelphia card is really cool because it shows amazing photo. Just you can tell
the
photographer was like right on the sidelines, Soldier Field, and took that amazing shot.
Great action shot. What a great action shot that is.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. All right, now I believe that's the end of Gale Sayers. So the next gentleman is Fred Dean. He played with San Diego Chargers, and I think ended his career around 85, I believe, with the 49ers. So we'll get into some of his cards. So it's 78 Topps, Fred Dean sideways card there. We've got a 79 and an 80. So no real action shots there just yet for a lineman, but we'll keep moving. So 81, yeah, there's no shots of him on the field. It's like him all sitting on the bench. But believe me, he actually did play football. So let's see what else we have. Yep, he's still on the bench here in 85.
He's got the same look on his face on every picture.
Yeah, but he sure did win a lot. Do I have any? Yeah, I don't have any information.
I remember him with the 49ers, and he was a great defensive end. This guy could get to the quarterback in a hurry.
Yep. All right, those are two football players for now, but now we're going to switch into really the most surprising death this year, and that is of Mr. Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
I believe at the age of 44, 42?
Yep.
Something around there. So this is his Hall of Fame career, which is you almost can't match this unless you're Michael Jordan, right? So
right.
All right. So here are some of his rookie cards, many of which are really, really expensive, but
Mhm.
here are the PSA 10s of 3 different variations of his Topps cards.
Nice cards.
Yep, beautiful.
I'm sure they've gone way through the roof recently since that.
Oh, yeah, these are over 1,000 each of them.
Wow.
Those. Oh yeah. And the next is I showed a few here that I liked from 96 Topps Finest. Um, just the gold ones are pretty cool.
Mhm.
And you actually could peel like a covering off the cards for
Mhm.
those Finest editions. They did them in baseball also. So that's the gold variation. He does have
The
like a
Ultra one's
bronze
really
card.
neat. That
Yeah, the
Ultra one's
centered
beautiful.
ultra one is my favorite of them all. Just the pose and how it's
Right.
gold, and it just, yeah,
He was a great player. Would you say top 5 player of all time? I think so.
yeah.
Easily.
Hmm. Yeah, and he played defense, and
All
offense. So he
around.
just
Yeah.
wasn't a side. He was all around,
Yeah.
totally gifted player. So, all right, next guy is a non-Hall of Famer in the NBA. At least he's part of the North Carolina Sports
Mhm.
Hall of Fame,
Yep.
and that's, you know, a little bit about him. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Ray.
I saw him play. My father took me to see the Harlem Globetrotters at the Philadelphia Spectrum back in the late 70s. And that's the one
Yeah.
and only Curly Neal. And now I'm really going to show my age, Mike. He was
Okay.
the Globetrotters, and Curly Neal especially was on Scooby Doo when I was a
Mm,
kid. And when
yeah.
you ever saw, like, they always would have characters on, like Abbott and Costello or the Three Stooges. They had the Globetrotters on Scooby Doo one time, and Curly Neal bouncing the ball with Scooby Doo. I just was
Mm,
just so much fun. It was a lot of fun. Great player, great person.
yep, absolutely. He does have a few cards that I'll show you here. I kind of like these from the
Yeah,
1971. Those are all autographed, especially the yellow one there on the right. He's sitting
that's neat. Yeah,
on a
I agree.
basketball. So just really fun shots there. So all right. Next up, I think we're gonna go into some baseball players.
All
So
right.
next up is Mr. Tom Seaver, or Tom Terrific, and Ray has one of the cards to show off if you want
Well, I don't have his rookie card, but I do have his. Let me get the glare off here. I do have
There
his
you go.
69 tops in a
Yep.
PSA 7. Nicely centered.
Mm-hmm. That's a beautiful card. So, all right. So Tom Seaver was passed away. Was he 75 years old?
Yep.
So let's look at some of his cards. So there's this famous sideways rookie card that both of us wish we owned, and out of a great 1967 top set, one of my favorites of the 60s. Here's some more. Here's shows off that 69 Topps card that Ray just showed. And I put the slide together because you can see kind of a pattern here in the photos. You know, they're like this portrait kind of pictures. So those are the 68, 69, and 70. And they even used his that same photo in the 69 Topps superset. So you can't tell, but this super card is so much bigger than the other cards
Oh,
here.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot bigger. So there's the 77 and the 79s that I liked,
Yep.
along with the 80, 84, and then his last card was in 1987 Topps.
People don't remember how he ended with the Boston Red Sox.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I remember he played one year with the White Sox, but I totally forgot about the Red Sox.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So those are a few cards that I just wanted to pick out and show. Of course, there's a lot more. I just picked out a few. The next gentleman is Mr. Joe Morgan, and I don't remember him playing, but I do remember him on ESPN doing baseball games,
Mm-hmm.
and just love
yeah.
listening to him talk and be an announcer for those shows. I don't remember how many years he was with ESPN, but it was a long time. So he's definitely going to be missed.
Yeah, great analyst. I mean, he knew his stuff.
Yep. And he was involved with the Baseball Hall of Fame, with the Veterans Committee.
Yep.
So he stayed active with baseball his whole life.
Yeah.
All right, so here's his rookie card. I believe Ray has one to show off here. If I can do that right. Here we go. So that's Ray's copy, really nicely centered. The numbers, was it near mint 7?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, beautiful example with Sonny Jackson there on the right side.
Right.
Yep. So, all right. And here's some more of his cards, just like his 80, 81 tops, 66 is very popular with that.
Yeah, it's very popular card.
Yep, 66 I like, the 78 there when he was with the Reds. And, he was traded to the Reds in 1972. So that top set that you just finished, he has 2 cards in it. A lower number card. He's with the Astros, and this is definitely a high numbered card, 752.
This is an expensive card. This 72 tops traded is no joke.
Yep. All right. And next up, we have Lou Brock. So he passed away in September at the age of 81. And I think Ray has a card to show off his rookie card. I just got to click on him. All right. So that's what the 62 tops. There with the Chicago Cubs.
Yeah.
People really remember him with St. Louis, but he did start out with the Cubs. I really love the star there in the top left-hand corner too of that shot. So great photo.
Great player. Right. 3,000 hit club when he retired. All-time stolen base leader.
Mm-hmm.
And a little tidbit I was telling Mike before the show that if you guys ever seen the movie The Sandlot, that rookie card there's a scene where his rookie card is in the treehouse, stapled to the wall. You're like, oh my God.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a closer look the next time I watch that movie. So, all right, so here's three cards that I really like of his: the 65 and the 62 that you just showed, and the 67. So those are 3 great shots that I like.
Great cards, yeah.
Yep. All right, next up is Mr. Bob Gibson, who passed away October 2nd of this year at the age of 84. And Ray's got another card to show of him. All right, Ray, go right ahead. So that's his rookie card, the 1959 Topps. There's a few nicknames for that card. And what's the Pepto-Bismol? What's the
Pepto-Bismol card?
Pepto-Bismol card. Yeah, like that one. Beautiful
nicely
card.
Centered card. I love this card.
Yep. And I'll show another copy of it here. So here's like the gem mint. You're never going to be able to afford copy, but I figured I'd just put in the nicest example that I could find.
Sure.
And then a great sideways card of the 60 Topps with him there. Not sure if I have another slide or not. Let's see. Yep, I sure do. So the 64 Topps Giants cards, like those, along with the 70 Topps Super. Just love both those photos. So I think that's it from him. And next is Mr. Tiger, Mr. Al Kaline, passed away at 85 years old in April. And I think Ray's got a card to show here again. He's got almost all of them, man. Beautiful 54 Topps Al Kaline. Just love that card. It still amazes me that he entered the league in the 50s when he was 18 years old.
I know. So, he was a kid. He went right from high school.
Yeah, never played in college or anywhere else. It's just amazing. Like the scout must have loved him his senior year or something.
Yeah.
I need to
gifted player.
Yep. All right, so here are 3 cards from the exhibits. I just picked this one on the left because it's got no like brim on his hat there.
Yep.
We're not really sure how old he is, but if he's 18 and 54, he'd be a really little kid in 1947. So he can't be 47. So our guess is maybe 52, something like that.
52, 53.
Yeah. And I liked the 1957 Topps card also there.
That's a beautiful card,
a great photo. Yep. And then here's 3 more, 58 Topps. card there with Harvey and Al together. I just like the painting photos. Of course, the 65 tops and one of his last cards, 75 tops, when they were honoring him with 3,000 hits.
Right.
So that's great there. And then we go to Mr. Whitey Ford, who just passed away this past October at 91 years old. So
Wow.
God bless him for being 91.
Yeah.
All right. So Ray's got another card, one of his recent pickups of Whitey Ford. So that's his rookie card, the 51 Bowman. Wow. That's also on my list. It's a beautiful set. Just love that one
it's
so
a
much.
centered one. I thought this was a crease when I first got the card from the picture right over here, but it's a surface abrasion. So
Like
I can deal with the surface scratch, but there's no crease on the card, and it's centered pretty well. Yeah, the chairman of the board, Whitey Ford, great pitcher.
Mm-hmm. Here's a card. That's the 51 Bowman you just showed off, and a 9, and he's got a 54 Bowman that I liked, and also that 56 tops.
Yeah.
See if I got any others. Yep, 3 more here. Is 66 and 67. You can see that common photo of him throwing motion there.
It's almost identical.
Then I just kind of squeeze in the 60 tops because it's sideways there in the center. Like that one a lot. All right, let's see. Next up, we're going to switch over to football, and that is Mr. Herb Adderley. So he was a defensive back with, 9 years with Green Bay and 3 years with the Dallas Cowboys.
Yep.
And I read that he scored the first touchdown in a Super Bowl by intercepting a pass. So apparently that was like the first touchdown ever in a Super Bowl.
Yep.
I think it was versus the Oakland Raiders? Could have been.
Super Bowl I was either Oakland or Kansas City. I can't remember. It might have been Kansas City.
Yeah. All right. So I'll show off a few cards of here after these photos. I just like these photos when I was doing some Google searching of him, both teams. Then here's some cards that I like. The 68 sideways card with kind of the comic strip there in the background. And also the great photo of that 64 Philadelphia. Like that one. And then we're going to go into a Hall of Fame coach, Mr. Don Shula. So he entered the Football Hall of Fame in 1997 and just passed away this year at the age of 90. So he was a head coach with the Baltimore Colts for 7 years, from like 63 to 69, and then 26 years with the Miami Dolphins, 1970 to 1995. And I was thinking,
coach,
who's going to have a 26-year career with one team? Maybe like Bill Belichick? I can't think of anyone else who's going to like stick with the team that long.
You mean currently?
Currently, is anyone else? Is that going to happen again? 26 years with one team?
You might see the guy in Pittsburgh, Mike Tomlin, because they're having a great season this year, and I think he's already been there 10 years. I think maybe more already.
Yeah, and he's quite young still too.
Yeah. And the Steelers don't change coaches very often, so
or quarterbacks, right?
Or quarterbacks.
Yeah. All right. So here's a few cards I found. So these pro set cards, and then in the center there, I found this card from 1955 when Don Shula played as a defensive back. I believe this is a card with the Colts.
Yeah.
He did play with the Browns, Colts, and Redskins. So I just thought that was pretty neat.
Mm-hmm.
So
of course, I wonder if Bart has that card.
Oh,
Bart, if you have that card, let us know.
Let us know. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. So of course, Don Shula was with the Super Bowl champs in 1972 when they went undefeated, 14-0.
Yeah.
Then that next year they won the Super Bowl again when they went 12-2. But he, I didn't know that he coached with the Baltimore Colts. So when I was looking that up, it's kind of cool.
He was the coach in Super Bowl III when Joe Namath's Jets beat the Colts. That was Shula's team.
Yeah, a little before my time.
And mine. I was only two.
Okay. All right. Well, you got a great memory.
Yeah.
All right. Let's keep going here. Another coach, Hall of Famer in basketball, Mr. Jerry Sloan. So he just passed away this year on May 22nd at the age of 78, and he was inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame in 2009. So here are three cards.
Mm-hmm.
So he played with Chicago Bulls in the 70s. You can see here.
Mm-hmm.
So there's two cards, and then a hoops card I found of him coaching when he was pretty young, there with the Jazz. So yeah, I didn't realize he had played in the NBA, prior to prepping for this episode. So
yeah,
that's great. So, and I remember him coaching in the NBA Finals, I think in 97 or 98 against the Chicago Bulls, because I was in high school, and that was Michael Jordan's time to shine with, John Stockton and Karl Malone and all those guys.
That Jazz team was a great team. They gave them a run for their money.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, if it wasn't for Jordan, they'd have Karl Malone would definitely have a couple championships.
Oh, God, yeah, easily.
Yeah. So, all right, let's move on here. I did throw in one soccer card, and this is a gentleman, Diego Maradona. And if I'm saying that wrong, I apologize. I don't know much about soccer history. I just know that this guy was an incredible player from Argentina, and he just passed away this year at the age of 60. I think he was in like 4 World Cups in the 80s and just was an incredible player in soccer. He was like 5'5". So, yeah. So if you know much more about him, just leave, comments in this video. That'd be really cool. All right, let's keep going. And the last one here, we wanted to honor Mr. David Stern, who was the NBA commissioner from 1984 to 2014. That's 30 years. And he was inducted into the NBA Hall of Fame in 2014. So those are the end of the slides. I did have 3 other guys who we just wanted to honor. These aren't Hall of Famers, at least in, pro Hall of Famers. I wanted to mention Tony Fernandez. If you guys remember him with the Blue Jays in the 80s, he had tons and tons of hits. He's a great player. He just passed away this year at the age of 57 from complications with kidney disease.
Right.
So that's a little young at 57 for sure. Next, George Steinbrenner's oldest son, Hank, who was an executive with the Yankees. He passed away at the age of 63. And then lastly, John Thompson, who was a longtime coach with the Georgetown. Yeah, he passed away September 1st at the age of 78. So,
yeah.
But, Ray and I are both glad that these people that we are just celebrating, shared their talents with the world, and we got to see a lot of them play and just be so successful. So, yeah, that's the big theme of this episode.
Yeah, that's the whole theme of this episode, was just to look back at their life and the accomplishments they've done. Like Jerry Sloan, we were talking about coaching that great Jazz team, and Joe Morgan, who I saw play with the Phillies in his last year in '83 and part of the Big Red Machine, and a great analyst, and Bob Gibson. I mean, these guys they just gave us so many memories. So, it's a time to just go back and reflect, especially it's the end of the year now. So it's a good time to go back and look at all these players, check them out on YouTube. If you're looking at their cards have all gone up too. It's a shame to say that's what happens, but it does.
Yeah. I was about to say the same thing about YouTube. I was just watching an episode, like 20 years had passed since like Mark McGwire had the season in 1998, and it was him and Buster, and it's just great. So just start typing in these Hall of Famers into YouTube, and you can watch these old episodes with like Bob Costas, and it's great.
Yeah.
So I definitely recommend doing that.
Especially at this time of the year with baseball not playing, this is the time where I usually watch a lot of Ken Burns baseball and a lot of the documentaries. It's a good time to just get caught up on these players' careers too. But yeah,
Mhm.
nonetheless, this was a lot of fun. I mean, because these players brought a lot of memories to me. A lot of them did. Joe Morgan, Tom Seaver, one of the greatest right-handers I ever saw pitch ever. So yeah, it was
Yeah.
a lot of fun to check these guys out and check out their cards too.
Yeah, absolutely. It just prepping this episode, just the list of cards that I want to own has just gone up, up, and up and up. So
Way up,
it's just,
man.
yeah, it's just never ending. You think you get something in the mail, and you're looking forward to the next one. That's for
Yeah,
sure. So,
that's exactly right.
well, all right, Ray.
Right.
Well, let's end this one up. We're at
Yeah.
around 25 minutes. So this is one of our shorter ones. You're welcome, audience. So we appreciate everyone
Yeah.
tuning in. So,
yep. Thanks for joining in, everybody. We appreciate it. And we'll see you next time on another episode of Sports Car Talk.
all right. Bye.